Dynasty. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I paint sunflowers on this green letter C. It's a 12-inch letter, and I'm selling these in one of my Etsy shops. So I will provide a link if you're interested in getting a 12-inch letter from my shop. Feel free to stop by. Let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using a number 10 flat brush, a one-stroke brush, and then a 1/4 Scruffy Brush. Paint that we'll be using: citrus green, multi-surface paint, thicket, which is folk art enamel, teddy bear brown, which is multi-surface, real brown, which is also the multi-surface, sunflower, which will be the folk art enamels, and moon yellow, which is multi-surface paint. The center of my sunflowers, I'm going to be putting those in with the 1/4 Scruffy Brush. I will be double loading using the real brown and the teddy bear brown, with the Scruffy Brush. And I just basically dip one edge into the darker and then one edge into the lighter. And I've already kind of got it in mind what kind of, as far as whether they're open or partial whole, as far as the design goes. So I'm just tapping for these just partial circles, because they will actually just be partial sunflowers. I'm going to do 2 of these, and then I'm going to do what would be an open sunflower pattern. Okay, so I'm just tapping, and then I'm going to pull it and come down like that. And I kind of like when it goes like this with the darker and then pull it down, so you have darker and then lighter, if you get what I mean. Some lighter going around the bottom of the actual inside of the sunflower. Then I'm going to come over here to the side and just kind of not make it centered, but put a larger sunflower over in this area. And I'm going to try to make that center a little bit bigger. Because it'll probably end up being a bigger sunflower over here. And I try to get it as rounded looking as possible. And I think that looks pretty good. You could use a bigger Scruffy Brush for the bigger sunflowers if you choose to do so. Alright, then I'm going to basically end it with the same kind of grouping as I did up here. I'm going to do the similar thing on this side here. Now, if you are new to my channel, please make sure that you subscribe so that you can get my videos whenever I post something new. I do a lot of painting videos, a lot of glass painting, painting on wood, different surfaces. So if you like what you're seeing, please make sure you subscribe. And then also there's a bell that you'll see that comes up. Hit that so you get notifications whenever I post something new. And then you'll be good to go. Okay, now on this one, I'm going to do a full one. Make sure I get more of that lighter brown on the bottom here. Brighten it up a little bit. And there you go. Just basically just some tapping, and you can tap a little in the center and lighten that up a little bit. If it gets too dark, you know, just keep playing with it until you get it to where you like it. Alright, so let's get started on the actual petals. The petals, I'm going to be using the Moon Yellow and the Sunflower. And I am going to double load my brush. Now with sunflowers, you will see some have multi-layers, some just have one row. For the purpose of this, I'll probably just be doing single, but here's my brush. And then I'm just going to come over here to the center that I've already tapped in and go like that. These are just easy strokes, real easy strokes. And you can hit the center a little bit, and if it's still wet, you can pull out some of that brown. Or you can maybe add a brown, maybe put 3 colors on your brush if you want to have more of the brown in your petals. It is kind of fun. Folk art used to make a really pretty rusty color brown that I like to do, actually really like to do my sunflowers with. But they no longer make that. I'm sure I could probably mix it. Just I've never taken the time to figure out what colors would go in it. But these are pretty. And you could use a smaller brush. I'm just trying to stick with this so there aren't too many brushes required for the painting of this design. Let's see, if you pull it from the inside there, from the center, kind of gives you some streaks there. And I'm just going to kind of have them overlap a little bit, which is fine. Is that in nature, you're not going to have all your flowers separated. And then I'm going to go over here, which I'm going to move this around to do it. And say for the purpose of my video, I am just doing one layer. But if you decided you like to do multi-layers of the flower petals themselves, feel free to do that. Now anytime you're using the paint, if you think that you want to either allow some drying time before you put another layer of petals over it, feel free to do so. If you have a hair dryer or a heat gun, those work great too to help the drying process along a little bit quicker. But I think, this just gives this letter some more character. I paint these with the chalk paint by Home Decor. It's also another folk art brand paint. Dries very quickly. That's one of the nice things about using that paint. It is a chalky feeling though, so if you don't like that feeling, but you like the paint, you might want to coat it, maybe spray it with a spray varnish, or coat it with some other type of varnish just to give it a different feel. And again, that's up to you. And this is just very easy, very quick painting. And I'll show you on here with the centers. We're not quite done with the centers yet. Even though you might think so, we're really not. Alright, I'm going to leave it like that. Then what I like to do when I'm doing my sunflowers, besides the fact I tend to get paint all over myself when I'm painting all the time. Why is that? That's just the way I roll. I like to go back over my centers, kind of tap them back in again. So I'm going to do that right now. Just go back to my little Scruffy Brush. I try to make sure my hands are dry because I just wiped off the paint that I got on my hands. But then I like to just go back in here, put the petal, or not the petals, but the centers back in, and then that kind of goes back over the actual petals themselves, the petals for the flower, which I like the look of that. This one I'm going to come back down like that. Just kind of puts it back in. Doesn't make it look like the flower petals are sitting on top of the center. Kind of puts them back in nicer. Alright. I like that look better. You can pull out your center a little bit more, you know, from the petals when you do this. Pretty easy. I guess I just work it the way you like to see it. Alright, I did that. Let that dry for a few minutes. I'm going to go to putting in the greenery. Alright, and once again I am using the citrus green and the thicket for my leaves. I just really like that combination. Another nice combination is using the thicket with the sunflower. You can use, you know, a lot of different contrasts, and I am double loading my brush. Alright, so let's go with this one first. I kind of like to do this type of a petal on the sunflowers. Okay, and then it comes back over this, and I can put it over the edge of this. Just kind of make it wriggly. It's a little bit of a bigger type of a leaf. You don't have to use just this kind of a leaf either, so don't feel like you're, you know, you can do multi with different leaves in here and rotate the color. You know, once again, you can do, and I'm just going to bring it like it's coming over here. And on this one, if you thought that you might want to put more flowers around it, you can. I just decided just to keep it simple. So that's why I chose to do it this way. And I like a lot of leaves. If you've watched any of my other videos, you're aware of that. So if you are not somebody that likes a lot of leaves in your projects, then minimize them to meet what you like. And then I'm just going to do it like this here. And you can do it having a flower coming, or a leaf coming off the side here if you want. I kind of like doing projects where some of the leaves hang off the sides of the canvases or the wood, whatever it is I'm painting on. And I'm just going to kind of tap that. Now I'm going to leave it like that for now. Then I'm going to come over here to the bigger one, or this one I should say. Start with the bigger one of the group. And then do this, come out, and come back out a little bit. I'm going to make it a funky looking leaf. Kind of a fun, funky looking And come back over this way. Do the same, and I'm going to come back down under here a little bit. Sorry, try to make sure I'm on the camera here. And then do that. Going to connect up here. Just kind of wiggle it down that way a little bit. Come under here a smidge. Just finish it out. And then go like that. And then when you come in here, you can do the same. Like this one, I'm just going to kind of bring my petal a little bit over that flower. Not too much. But you can also, if you thought maybe you would want to put the petals down first, you can do that as well. Most of my projects I have a tendency to do the petals afterwards, just for the mere part of painting and showing it on, showing it to you, because you do really need to let it rest and dry a little bit if you're going to do it that way, or hit it with the heat gun. Now this is a little bit different kind of a leaf. And then on these you can actually still have leaves coming out of them, even though it's a partial. You got lots of leaves. I'm trying to just keep the paint on the front and the very sides, not the bottom at all, because I want to be able to sit this down while I'm painting it. So I'm trying not to get too crazy with that part of it. Okay. And I think this is pretty. I hope you like it, because I think it's pretty. This adds a little bit more interest to it. I'm going to throw, I think, one more big one over here into the mix. Throw it in here, go like that, and then bring it back out. So it's a little bit wonky. And then go back over here and connect. Do it again, big. Do a little bit out here, and then pull it through. Whoops. Get some more dark on here. And then pull it through. Like that. So far, we have that. It's a lot of painting on a small space, but I think it's cute. Tell me in the comments if you like it or not. Leave me a comment and say what you like about it. And again, I will leave you the link in my comments down below with the place where you can purchase these in my shop. If you have any questions though, please let me know. I would be more than glad to answer those. If you haven't done it already, if you like this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications whenever I post something new. I would appreciate it. And the other thing too is, if you like this video when it's over, make sure that you share it. I'm going to do a little wiggly leaf, have it come down the edge here. And here we go. We keep turning and doing. I'm just going to add some more right in. Let's see, maybe I could go here. Again, if you end up creating this design, I would love to see it. Would definitely love to see your artwork. tapping it in here. I'm going to turn it a little bit here to fix that. You know, the important thing, and I always tried to stress this to my granddaughter when she used to come over a lot, is you got to learn how to correct mistakes. Don't just throw a project away because you feel like you made a mistake. Fix it. You know, that's the important thing, because a lot of times when you're a painter, if you're painting on stuff, so maybe you're doing a mural, which I've done, you don't want to have to redo a whole wall or a whole room. You got to learn how to fix it, and don't feel bad about it. Okay, we're going to do another big one here. I wanted to be able to put some smaller ones in here too, so we'll see. I don't want to get too crazy with the leaves, or you really will know I'm a crazy leaf person. I've been known for that. I love these. I love to wiggle my brush. If any of you like to do this, let me know down in the comments. What's your favorite brush that you use? Do you have a favorite painting style? What might that be? Okay, I think I'm just going to put another one in here and then call it a day with this type of a leaf. Just going to have to wiggle it out there, wiggle it out. Normally I finish one side before I do the other. Go back over this and do it again. The green, and I'm going to bring it out a little bit down. This one, I'm going to come back over here, wiggle it out, wiggle, 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 and then dab, dab, dab. Alright, and I'm going to pull it from here. I need to get some more of the paint out. Pull it through there, pull it down. Okay, now we can go back in. I'm going to give myself a little bit more of the thicket and add some of just the basic little one-stroke leaves to this. Okay, let's see, where should I put some? I think first I'm going to do it here. I'm just I have a lot of paint on my brush. I'm just going to kind of do that, have it flip over the side here a little bit, fix that up right there, fix that right up. Yeah, sometimes it's a little challenging to get stuff over the side. Just keep working on it. It'll come. And then I'm going to do some down the side here, and I might put it down here, just like a small one. They can be different sizes. And also, I'm not a big one to have a ton of paint on my brush, so I tend to scoop it off a little bit every so often. I'll fix this up a little bit. Kind of went crazy there. Not the way I wanted it to look. Okay. Just put through there. Alright. And then I might just drag some out here. Hopefully you can see this. Drag some down here. Because even though I did just the one bud, I'm okay with this. You know, some people may not be. I kind of like the things to be kind of off-center or not symmetrical a lot of times. So for those of you who that's really not your thing, this is, you can even it up if you want. I like to do odd flowers, so that's why I have odd buds here. I think I'm just going to leave them, most of them on the outside here. I look at these more as like filler flower or leaves, not flowers but leaves, as opposed to main leaves. And again, if this is too much for you, then don't do it. You know, you don't have to add as many leaves as I'm adding, and just leave it. I like it personally. And I just do my little stems there. Now, like on this one, I might go in here and do this. Because you got to realize, you know, in life, like I say, you don't have, they're not all separate when you get a bouquet of flowers, right? They're just kind of on top of each other and every other direction. So they can be going different directions. You know, you can pull things out from it, just kind of give a little wispy kind of a look. You know, it's fine too. Throw some of that in there. It doesn't have to be all over the place. It can kind of be in different places. Alright, so I think I'm just going to leave this like this, and there you have it. So if you like it, let me know what you think. Make sure that you subscribe to my videos, give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to share with your friends. Alright, until the next video, you have a good one.